Both the state and defense have rested in the hazing trial in BGSU student Stone Foltz's death. Ariel Onstadt was in the courtroom for closing argument. She joins us now live. Ariel, have jury deliberations begun?
Jeff, at this hour, jury deliberations have not even started, and that's because when I left the courtroom, Troy Henricksen's attorney was still giving his closing argument. We've already heard from Jacob Crin's defense and the prosecutor, and as I stand out here, the state has one opportunity for a final rebuttal before the jury takes over. But I want to lay out Troy Henricksen's closing argument as it relates to the state. You know, the big thing that the state is trying to prove as it relates to Henricksen is the idea of complicity. Because he knew about the acts happening at the fraternity, he was complicit in the criminal behavior. And that's because at 5 o'clock, I really laid out the state's closing argument as it related to Jacob Crin. The state laying out the evidence and the charges that they have before Crin, some incredibly serious, like involuntary manslaughter, other charges less so, like misdemeanors of hazing and supplying underage alcohol. But when it comes to when it comes to Troy Henricksen, the state is arguing that he is complicit in each of the criminal acts the charges imply, like reckless homicide and involuntary manslaughter. The assistant prosecutor argued Henricksen knew there was an expectation to finish a bottle of alcohol at the Big Little reveal. They showed evidence he made sure Bigs would get bottles for their littles and that he planned the time and location of the event.
How did Troy Henricksen recklessly cause the death of Stone Foltz? Again, he knows that expectation is there from attending his own Big Little in fall of 2017. He was in attendance at the spring 2019 Big Little. Niles Sweeney said he was there. And he admitted in his police interview that he was aware of that expectation to drink a bottle.
Now, ultimately, Eric Long, Henricksen's defense attorney, pointed to testimony from other members saying that this was basically a self-fulfilling event, that Henricksen really didn't have to do much for it to happen as new member educator. He, of course, also really drilled in on the idea of personal choice and the idea that these new members were preparing to drink before they even attended, and that Henricksen isn't responsible for that. Now, stay tuned on my Twitter account at Ariel Onstadt. I'm giving you live updates, and I'll let you know when this case is in the hands of the jury. Reporting live, I'm Ariel Onstadt, WTOL 11.